Hey there, it's Bootzone here. This will be a relatively quick update video about what's going on and what's coming up and what's in the pipeline. This came in the post today. This is an LCD green display universal mainboard in string excitation mode for roller washing machine. It's amazing. It's a little circuit board for a universal washing machine motor that's failed. So if your PCB has failed in a washing machine, you buy this thing and basically hotwire your washing machine so that this is the brain. And I'm going to make a much more in-depth video about this, hopefully fitting it to a machine and comparing it to a washing machine PCB. It's interesting. It's all potted with sticky gum, the same as I think an LG washing machine I've seen in the past has had, or a Samsung, something like that. It's potted in jelly, so you're stuck with it as it is in a little tray with the model on the back there. This is SXY3388. I'm quite excited by it. You might tell by the tone of my voice. It's really basic and then equally, relatively complicated, and it's got these little spade connectors that you just have to connect everything to, all organized, and it's obviously just been filled up like jelly from a jug. And it says things like this: patented products counterfeit will be sued, a threat like that. But I want to try it out. SXY, made in Shenzhen, China. Shenzhen. By these guys, and maybe that helps. I got it on AliExpress. I think it was AliExpress. One of those websites. It's on eBay, but it's quite expensive there. I think I paid 20 or 30 quid for it, but it takes a while to come in the post, as these things do. Started with Beko, and I'll go back to Beko. Maybe I'll cannibalize Beko for it, because I know it works, and I just want to toy around with it. As a product, I think it's cool. It comes with some sticky foam, that yellow thing in there, and you must have to just stick this inside because it doesn't have any screw mounting. Well, it has holes in there, but they're not designated as screw mounting holes. It has a little alarm there, YXDZ. But the idea is that you have to kind of make a cutout somewhere in the front of it and just stick this on. I guess you could pull out a button and just stick that onto the front with sticky. It's a funny thing, because the washing machines I find that I'm able to repair cost less than this repair board. But I'm not always able to repair PCB issues, and I guess you could get a nice machine with a dud PCB. So maybe, little Beko, you will get an upgrade. I don't know what kind of programs it has, and they certainly won't be designed for it. I wonder if you could upgrade it above the spin speed that it's meant to have. That's interesting. Hadn't even thought of that until now. This is a Vax cordless slim vac, battery powered 22 volt vacuum cleaner. I've done a video on this and I'm just processing it at the moment. I've come out here to make this video while that's processing. There's a DC33 over here. I don't know what to do with that. I was given it when I was given another washing machine and it's horrible and whatnot. But that reminds me, there is a video in the unlisted videos at the moment. But I was given this DC33 along with a washing machine and some other bits and bobs from a neighbour who was clearing out a cellar that had flooded. I don't know if it had flooded or if it was just damp, but anyways, they gave me a Matsui washing machine that was full of water. I did an autopsy video of it. Since then, I've done a Smash video. It was an excellent Smash, gotta say. Quite a good one in terms of the machine just kept on going even though there was precious little of it left. I'm not going to upload that video, or I'm not going to release that video on the Bootzone channel or the Wash Smash channel until the Wash Smash channel gets 1,000 subscribers. It's 17 subscribers short, and this has got to do with monetization. It's an experiment that I've been doing for the last couple of years now. Really slow growth. I'm putting very little energy into it, but I need another 17 of you to just go over to the Wash Smash channel, and I'll put a link up here and down there in the comments for how to get there and to subscribe to Wash Smash, and then you'll get to see that video. And as usual, I'll put up a good video on this channel with all of the background stuff and the behind the scenes and whatnot, and then I'll put up a nice short one on Wash Smash. Different channels, different things, but sometimes it's the same footage and sometimes it's not. It's edited in different ways depending on what's going on. Another thing that's on the workbench is this front fork, castering front fork from a double buggy, a really big mountain buggy. That's the brand name, all the way from New Zealand. And this is an interesting thing. The wheel has started doing that thing that shopping trolleys do when they caster as you, well, it's only when you're running, but it kind of wobbles. And so one issue is the wheel bearings, and I'm doing a more in-depth video on this at the moment, but I'm waiting on some bearings to come. Look at that for play. That's the bearings that come with it. This is a size that I can't find anywhere. It's got a 3/8, it's got a 10mm in the inside and a 1 1/8 inch outside. Flanged bearing. I think I found them on eBay USA for lawnmowers, but the shipping is extremely expensive to get them sent over here. And even then, I would rather replace them with a standard flanged bearing. You can get a much better quality regular roller bearing with a flange, except that the flange size is F R8, an imperial size R8 flanged bearing. They don't have the right size hole in the center, so I think I'm going to have to make up a bushing for this, even though it's just a buggy axle. And there's two of these because it's a twin buggy. That goes on there, so that doesn't help. But also up here, this is the bush that is the steering. And the bottom's not so bad. It's not great, but it's not so bad. But the top is all over the place. And what's interesting about this is how they've designed it. So, somebody on a drawing board has decided, well, how we're going to make this is we're going to put on this bearing here, and then this is the locking mechanism. So there's a locking pin here to lock it in straight if you're jogging, so that the wheels don't caster by themselves. But they've gone and welded that big, huge chunk, relatively speaking, of steel in there. They've welded that on, so you can't get this guy off. It doesn't screw on from below or anything. You can replace the top one, but not the bottom one, which is... it's not designed to fail. I guess they don't want it to fail. I guess they don't expect it to last that long. But there is a replacement kit available now where you can get the bottom piece as a split piece. And because it's flanged and it's fitting up inside a shaft or a tube, it doesn't matter that it's split. But to try and make one, I don't think it'd be worth it. A bit of nylon turned on the lathe maybe, but you'd have to cut it first and then press it together on the lathe and whatnot to get it turned to size. What I'm going to do here, if you're into this kind of stuff, it's a bit of a distance from washing machines, is take a bearing like this, which I've just arrived in the post today, as well as that washing machine thing over there. And that's the right size. So it goes onto the shaft, and hopefully that'll take up pretty much all the slack. Now it might be too tight or whatever, but I'm going to give it a go. I've got two of them because there's two sides to do. That is on the to-do list. The other thing, I got a new gas cylinder and I've got a video of how to put this together. That's to be edited. I made a video recently about restoring commutators of washing machine motor rotors on the lathe, and since then I've scrapped out a few more motors just to get these, and I'm going to practice with that, but that's on the longer finger for now. Getting these things set up in the lathe is a bit of an issue. I think I used the 4-jaw last time, but you can see there's a bit of up and down run out as it is. And outside, oh, there's another Henry video coming. This Henry, before I go outside, this Henry is a HVR 200-22. Maybe you would see that better like this, but it has a button up on top, and I found that recently at large in the countryside when I was on holidays. Needed a new cord because the old cord was damaged. It's got a high-low, but I've never seen this switch arrangement before, so it's quite an old one, I think. If you know any more about it, tell me, and keep an eye out for a video coming about that. Then outside, in the garden, just outside the garage, is a Bendix BIW125W. This is quite an old machine, I reckon. Bendix, similar to a Tricity Bendix I've had, similar to Zanussis and Electroluxes that I've had, in that it's got the same tub inside. This machine is missing the back plate for the interlock, and I think that's what's wrong with it. Can't remember where I found it. I did find this one. I think, oh, I found it a couple of streets away. Not too bad, not too far. AEG's still out here. Look, this is what happens when you leave things outside. They get dirty very quick. that one was in a bad way when I got it even, so not sure what to do with that. It's got the 3-phase motor, so it's not easy to get it rolling for a Smash. Although some people have said put it on an inverter, but I don't want to. And then WMA32 is still outside. I presume it still works, but it's not getting much love out here. So there, I think you're up to date with washing machines. One more video that's in the pipeline. I'll go back inside because it's noisy out there. One more video that's in the pipeline inside is the Bosch WFF 1800 that I use not quite every day, but quite frequently. I've done the bearings on that. I've done the door seal, and I might have done the carbon brushes, or I might have checked them, or I can't remember. I've given it a pretty good service recently. I had to do the door seal because stuff was getting in behind it, and I've posted a few filter videos about that recently for the Bosch WFF 1800. But when I was doing the door seal, I thought, well, I might as well do the bearings, so I got some bearings, did that. It's a big job. It's a bigger job to edit the video because there's about 100 clips one by one, so I needed the round to it. Once I find my round to it, I'll get on it, get that video uploaded. Meantime, what can I do with this? It actually comes with a pressure switch as well. I'm not sure why, but I think it's because there might be a lot of different pressure switches on the market and they won't be compatible with this maybe. As the board goes, I'll go back to looking at this again because I find this really interesting. It's kind of chintzy. So this one here is a BTA 16, which is usually what you use to drive the motor. Up there there's a 7805, if you can see it's upside down. So that's just a 5-volt supply. I don't know what this big guy is in the center, I haven't looked it up. 30 amp Y90SS112DM-6. And then a couple of relays. And I don't know what these guys are. BTA06. BTA06, they're all BTA06. They're all transistors, but the heatsink, if that's the motor controller one, the transistor or the heatsink is very small. It just looks like a little tiny wafer of aluminium. Now, that's liable to fail in my experience, so I might bolt another bit of aluminium onto it if I see how it goes. The other thing is, I don't think it has an earth terminal. It looks like it has one down here, but I'm not sure that that's what that is. I just don't know. So, that's coming up. I'll edit this video and put it up straight away. But, like I said, Matsui, if you want the Smash, and the next Smash is going to be Bendix outside. You can't see him out there now. The next Smash is going to be Bendix after Matsui. But if you want to see Matsui and you want to see Bendix, let's get 1,000 subscribers on the Wash Smash channel. And of course, you know, subscribe to this channel as well if you haven't done already. I've been putting out a video every day on this channel recently for months on end now. So, depends on what you think about quality, but there's a lot of stuff going on, and I've been making a lot of videos. So, you know, it's worth subscribing, I reckon, if you're into this kind of thing, fixing stuff and wrecking stuff. If we can't fix it, we'll try and wreck it, if we can't recycle it. There you go. Questions or comments, leave them below. Thanks for watching. See you later.